the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Here are your hosts, Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas.
Welcome to On the Money. We are 24 hours away from my favorite sporting event. It does not actually entail playing a sport, the NFL draft. I can't wait, Scotty Vegas. How you doing this evening?
I'm excited too, but here's the thing. I think we all get excited for different reasons, right? It's the NFL draft. We're sitting down Thursday night, and I think we all have different things that we get excited about. One, I think some people love to see when the Buckeyes are going to go, and some people, I think, love to see what their team is going to do. You, a Bengals fan, Ryan, a Browns fan, you want to know who your teams are going to pick. Obviously, Ryan is not going to have his team pick tomorrow night.
Thanks to Sean.
But we'll see on Friday night. And then I think there's people who just love to see what kind of trades are made. You know, what kind of deals are going to be made. Maybe your guy, T. Higgins, on the way out of Cincinnati.
Nope.
And then there's those people that love the drama of watching guys kind of fall in the draft. You know, I think back in the day when Brady Quinn kind of fell and they moved him back. He was initially in the green room and they moved him out of the camera view and all that stuff. So I think there's all different kinds of reasons why we love the NFL draft. For me, if I had to say my number one reason is I'm most excited to see where the Buckeyes are going to go, specifically Marvin. And what about you? If you had to pick one reason of why you love the draft so much, you say it's one of your favorite sporting events, what would you say is your favorite?
Yeah, it's the fusion of my two favorite sports, college football and the NFL. You know, football, but college football and the NFL. And people like, what's your favorite? I don't know. I love both the NFL and college football, and I love sports. Period, as you know, I love the MLB, college basketball, NBA. I like sports. Period, but it's the fusion of college football and the NFL, and I absolutely love it. And you mentioned Brady Quinn. That's one of the more interesting drafts because you remember he thought he was going to the Dolphins, and you remember who the Dolphins drafted, right?
Ted Ginn, right?
Ginn.
Yes, I remember where I was. I was in a basement of my friends watching that.
And Brady was there with his girlfriend in the front row, and he was like, "Wow, that's a surprise." You could read his lips, and then they took him out. Poor guy. I was feeling bad for him. I was happy Ted Ginn went where he did. And by the way, looking back on it, good pick by the Dolphins. Guess who had a long, productive NFL career? Ted Ginn. But Brady, good guy. But they took him back to that room. Do you remember Susie Colbert going back and asking him, he was being very nice. He's like, yeah, I get it. And she's like, so what's your game plan now?
Yeah.
He goes, just kind of waiting around to get drafted. And I get it. You're a reporter. What are you supposed to ask him? But she goes, what is your game plan? And Brady was like, he's classy as always. But another one of the great draft stories. We talked about it on Sunday's show. I talked about the time I almost drove off the road when I thought the Bengals were going to draft Chris Gamble.
Yep.
And to the point where Tagliabue, 2024 draft, the Bengals select Chris. I'm like, yes. Perry, running back, Michigan. I'm like, no, I think he's like a Chris Gamble. So I can't wait for the draft tomorrow. Listen, man, there's a lot of smoke that Malik Neighbors could be drafted ahead of Marvin Harrison Jr., The Athletic. And this is Bruce Feldman doing the story. I anonymous sources, I get that, but it's like NFL scouts, anonymous sources, but it's Bruce Feldman. I trust him. But no, I don't agree with these guys. But the majority of them said they would take Neighbors over Harrison.
It's trash.
That is trash.
That is not happening.
That's trash.
I can tell you, I love to look at the odds on the NFL draft, and we're going to get through a lot of different fun props that you can do with the NFL draft. But one of those is who will be the first non-quarterback selected? And guess who is got minus 900 odds? It's Marv.
Our guy.
Yes, Marv is minus 900 to be the first non-quarterback off the board in the draft. Neighbors, by the way, who you brought up, that people are talking about, it could be Neighbors as the first wide receiver taken. Well, guess what? You could get plus 550 on the odds that Neighbors will be the first guy that's not a quarterback taken. It's not going to happen. Look at that, minus 900. And look, I just, you hear all that stuff, all that smoke. Last year, we heard the same thing about C.J. Stroud, right? Oh, C.J. is not going to be the number 2 pick. He's going to drop. And guess what? C.J. went number 2, and he ended up being the best rookie that we've seen in a long time as a quarterback last year. So don't believe the crap that Marvin is not going to be the first player, the first non-quarterback taken.
I'm with you. Don't believe the hype. Now, these guys, the thing that gives me a little pause, these guys are not like trying to do mock drafts. These are like actual NFL guys saying it's their opinion. And they're saying, oh, yeah, we know this is the opinion of the league overall. We'll see. I'm with you, though. I'll be very surprised if Neighbors is drafted ahead of Marvin. Even these same guys were saying that he's more explosive, Neighbors is more explosive than Marvin, but I don't know. He's not as big as Marvin. I don't know if I trust his work ethic as much as I trust Marvin. So even the guys that are saying I'd take Neighbors over Marvin, first of all, they're not making that choice. And I love there was a couple commenters I would love when these anonymous guys are saying this. You could go back to some of their opinions in the past. This guy says this about Malik Neighbors. He also thought Zach Wilson was great coming out. Things like that.
Yeah. Okay, let's look at some of my favorite prop bets that are out there for the NFL draft tomorrow night. And maybe my favorite one, this was a fun one that I found, was who will the number one pick, which we know will be Caleb Williams, hug first? Okay, there are odds on who Caleb is going to hug first. Mom is plus 125.
Gotta go mom.
Dad plus 150, just barely behind mom.
Yeah, gotta go mom.
Girlfriend 6-1.
Yeah.
Agent, real long shot at 10-1.
You do this your whole life. I mean, the girlfriend, it's time. It's like that Seinfeld episode, where you work your whole life to be a doctor so you can dump the girl you're with to get with a better girl.
Yeah, Dave, we need to find out. So
that's the number one pick of the draft. You have this girlfriend. You work your whole life to be the number one pick of the draft so you can dump the girl you're with and get a better girl.
Well, here's the deal, Dave. Early in the day, we've got to find out what the couch seating arrangement is. Is Caleb sitting right next to mom? Because then mom will be number one. Is Caleb sitting next to his girlfriend? Well, at 6-1, it's worth scouting this out. So we got to pay attention to who he's sitting by.
Girlfriend and mom are next to him.
Yeah.
Dad might be out of luck here.
Yeah.
Agent, go fly a kite.
Well,
seriously.
if it's mom and dad right next to Caleb, those odds are plus 125, plus 150. I love that you can bet on this.
The girlfriend would not allow him to not be next to her. You know how girlfriends are.
Yeah. All right. Next, one of these props that I loved. And again, some people love to watch the draft for the draft day trades, and I do too. I always love when it shows the breaking news of this guy was traded away or this pick was traded away. The over-under on first round draft trades is 5.5. They expect a decent amount of trades potentially. And I even have here for you players to be traded during the NFL draft. So the very first player to be traded, here are the odds. Brandon Ayuk is the favorite at 2-1 to be the first player traded. Again, that's tomorrow night during the NFL draft. Second, you've got Alvin Kamara. Then you got Cortland Sutton. DeAndre Hopkins is 5-1. T. Higgins is 6-1. So Ayuk 2, Kamara 3, Sutton 4-1, Hopkins 5-1, Higgins 6-1.
I'm probably taking the under at 5.5. What's interesting, though, I like Peter Schrager. He does a good job. And he's I think there's going to be 8, 9, 10 trades in the first round. So, that gives me trepidation that I'm going to take the under at 5.5. But, yeah, if I'm putting real money on it, I would take the under, barely. I think we're going to see, at least 3 or 4, maybe 5. I have trouble getting to 6 or more. In the first round alone?
Well, again, this could just be swapping picks. It doesn't have to necessarily be players.
I get you, yeah.
Like a team moving up 2 or 3 spots.
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would love, the Bengals have 10 picks in this draft. They're sitting there at 18. It feels like if they were at 16, they would probably get, one of the players they want. It's almost like that's where it kind of drops off. So if you're the Bengals, if you could trade up, maybe a 5th round pick to move up 2 spots, that'd be huge.
Well, when we come back, I will tell you who the odds are, what position the Browns will take in the first round, and also what position the Browns will likely take in the second round. That is next on The Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
At
Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every goal, every game, every point, every play. From the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar. Whether it's a game-winning goal in the final seconds of OT or a shot on goal in the first period.
Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply.
Kroger always gives you savings and rewards on top of our lower-than-low prices. And when you download the Kroger app, you can enjoy over $500 in savings every week with digital coupons. Plus, you can earn fuel points to save up to $1 per gallon at the pump. So it's easy to save big. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Savings may vary by state. Fuel restrictions apply.
Mix and match 5 or more items for 99 cents each with card. Kraft Mac and Cheese, Bar S. Frank's, Campbell's Soup, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Meet Cheryl.
Hey.
She's on vacation and lost in the moment. Unfortunately, so is her Chase debit card.
It's gotta be somewhere.
Maybe she lost it at salsa night.
These skirts should have pockets.
Or maybe she lost it at Pilates.
3 and 2 and...
But she's not worried. With the Chase mobile app, she can lock her card till it turns up. Tools that help protect. One bank that puts you in control. Visit chase.com/checking. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Chase mobile app is available for select mobile devices. Message and data rates may apply. JP Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Now's the time for a new Honda. Save thousands with 2.9% financing on a 2024 CR-V. Full Honda inventory is here. Cars, SUVs, trucks, vans are all in stock. There's never been a better time to buy a new Honda. Save big with low payments or get your new Honda with 2.9% financing. Search your local Honda dealer today. See dealer for financing details for well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 4/30/24.
When you drive a vehicle so reliable it's backed by a 10-year, 100,000-mile limited warranty, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Find out what you're capable of in a vehicle that inspires confidence around every corner. Lease a new 2024 Sportage LX for $269 a month for 24 months with $34.99 due at signing for well-qualified lessees. Kia, movement that inspires.
Warranties include 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain and 5-year, 60,000-mile basic. Warranties are limited. See retailer for details. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely. New 2024 Sportage LX 2.5-liter GDI 8AT. FWD excludes hybrid PHEV 28,565 MSRP. MSRP includes destination handling and excludes taxes, title, registration, license fees, options, and retailer charges. No security deposit required. Actual prices set by dealer and may vary. Subject to credit approval by Kia Finance. Lessee is responsible for insurance, maintenance, repairs, 20 cents per mile, over 10,000 miles a year, excess wear, and a $400 termination fee. Subject to dealer participation. Offers may not be combined except where specified. Must take delivery by 4/30/24. Limited inventory available.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Dave, I am very, very upset with you because during the break, you committed one of the cardinal sins of sports betting. You looked at our little prop bet, our NBA player prop bet, and you said, ooh, halfway through, this is looking really good. I'm loving what I see. And I hate that. We got to go reverse psychology. There's no way our NBA player prop bet is going to come through. It's over. It's done. We don't even need to check on it. It's trash. That's how I feel. But you committed one of the cardinal sins of betting and saying, oh, it's looking good. I hate that. Ooh, that makes me feel bad. But speaking of the NBA, I will tell you a trend in the NBA that is absolutely insane right now. First half unders in the NBA playoffs are 16-3-1 in this year's NBA playoffs. And by the way, if that's not a big enough sample size for you guys, it is 75-38-3 over the last 3 years in the play-in and in the first round. I mean, that is wild. Now, I say that, and of course, the Boston Celtics-Miami Heat game, it's 61-58 at the half, which, by the way, goes over that first half total. So as soon as you start running with a trend, sometimes it'll bite you in the rear end. But that is a wild number that we are now 17-3-1. We're 16-4-1 to the under in the first half of the NBA playoffs. All right, let's get back to the NFL draft, and we're specifically going to move on now to Browns, Bengals, and Steelers, and what position they are expected to take with their first picks of the draft. And I'm going to start out with your Bengals because the numbers on the offensive line are wild. Okay, for the Bengals to take an offensive lineman with their first pick, the odds are minus 225. So humongous favorite. After that, it is defensive line or edge at plus 350, wide receiver plus 425. Would you be surprised, Dave?
Where's corner at?
That's even higher. That's above 425.
Because they know Mitchell's not going to fall there. Yeah, I think the value's at D-line for the Bengals. I think they're going to get an offensive lineman, hence the betting odds. But if I'm betting, which I probably will, I'm betting like defensive line. Like if Byron Murphy falls there and one of the offensive linemen they don't want, the Bengals are really hoping a fifth quarterback gets taken before they draft. That would, one of the guys they want would just fall in their lap at that point. So yeah, I like the value of defensive line because if Byron Murphy's there, they're going to take him. In my opinion, there's a chance they could take Newton from Illinois as well. Now, if one of the offensive tackles they want falls in their lap, they will take them again. Hence the betting odds, but. I like the value at defensive tackle there.
Yeah, plus 350 for defensive line or edge. Right there is the betting odds. Now, Browns, again, do not have a pick in the first round, but their projected odds to take a first player would be a defensive line or edge player at plus 150. I know Mike Hall is a guy who has been kind of rumored to go into the Browns, and if they are not taking defensive line or edge, the next favorite is offensive line at 3-1, and then you have cornerback at plus 425. Thoughts on what you think the Browns are going to be looking for? Because I think they're going to, at that point in the second round, I think they're going best player available more so than position.
I do too. And where's wide receiver on there? They don't need a wide receiver, but if one falls, there's going to be a lot of good wide receivers that fall to the second round.
Yeah,
I'm with you on best player available. I think they'll take probably an offensive lineman. Yeah, let's check in with our Browns correspondent.
Well, it's not necessarily me, but this past weekend we were talking to Bo Bishop, who obviously does a lot of stuff with the Browns, and he said any of the premium positions at 54, if there is a wide receiver there that they like, they'll take it. If there is an offensive lineman there that they like, they would take it. If there's a cornerback that's there that they really like,
pretty much
they
what
would
you're saying,
take it.
Scotty.
So, and just remember this about the Browns and wide receivers: none of them are under contract after this year except for Judy.
That's a good call.
If a guy like you and I have talked about this, if a guy like Malachi Corley,
I would love Malachi Corley,
falls there, like I'd be happy if the Bengals took him before then. The Bengals pick a little bit before the Browns in the second round. Yeah, I mean, there's going to be some good wide receivers going off the board in that second round. So you got those top three, which are excellent. Then there's a big drop off after the top three receivers. But then, like, you're going to get like really good value in the second round. But then there's a big drop off after that. So Browns are actually weirdly in a good spot. You'd obviously rather have a first round pick, but like, yeah, I'm with you. Like, their roster is really good. Just take best player available. You don't need to like reach based on need. In fact, I would say even if you have a need, never reach based on need. That's my thing. Take best player available no matter what. Now, the Browns are in a primo position to do that, Ryan Baker.
And that's what Bo said. He said they're in a spot where they can literally follow their draft board.
Yeah, and that's a great spot to be. You know, maybe there's 5 positions that they're looking at, and best out of those 5 positions in their mind. All right, Steelers odds. Offensive line, it looks like that is a humongous favorite for them for their first pick, minus 350. And then you've got wide receiver at 3-1 and then cornerback at 6-1. All right, when we come back, we're going to talk a little Ohio State hoops. A lot of news coming out in the last week. Some good, a lot of bad. We're going to get into that next on The Money.
This is Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Hey, folks, it's game day, and the betting's going to be intense, Drew.
You said it, Dave, but a good pregame routine keeps betting responsible.
That's right. You got to pause before you play.
Good call. Sports betting is hot, but it can be risky.
And pausing to set limits is an all-star move.
That's right, Dave. If you bet on sports, pause before you play to set limits, recognize the risk, and know when to stop.
Learn more at pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm just not sure that college is right for me. Have you considered a career in dental assisting? I love my job as a dental assistant. I have flexible work hours, the money is good, and I get to work in a professional, people-oriented dental office. What I really love about my job is knowing that I give people a healthy smile.
For more information about becoming a dental assistant, contact your high school guidance counselor. Or if you are no longer in school, talk to a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Does heel pain make you hobble just getting out of bed in the morning? If heel pain is affecting your ability to exercise and meet your walking or running goals, relief is as close as your local podiatrist. Podiatric physicians are highly trained doctors who specialize in medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle. Ohio foot and ankle podiatric physicians are available across the state and are devoted to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care.
For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
This is National Youth Violence Prevention Week. Let's lift up the young people who are leading the way to make their schools and communities safer. And let's work with our fellow community members to develop and support violence prevention programs. Youth violence is everyone's concern, and we can all play a role in the solutions.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
On ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. Dave Biddle, Scotty Vegas, Ryan Baker. All right, we got to be real. We like Jake Diebler. Rooting like crazy for Jake Diebler. We believe in Jake Diebler. We got to call a spade a spade. So far, off-season, not good. Not good. And like, oh, they finished as the runner-up to Trey Townsend. Okay, not good. Close only counts in horseshoes and hand grenades, my friend. And you might say dancing as well. But like, so far, not good. Now, the dust hasn't settled. He still can tap into the portal, but like, so far, I don't like what I'm seeing.
Okay, so this is really funny because this really has been a roller coaster. Because a week ago, we were sitting here on Wednesday night and feeling really good about where Ohio State Hoops was going this offseason. They had just landed Bradshaw, a top 5 recruit. At that point, they still had Okpara on the team. But this has been a trash week. Let's put it that way. This was a segment that we were going to do, That's Trash. We pushed that back to later on in the show. But it's been a trash week, to be honest with you. First off, Roddy Gale announces that he's going to Michigan. And look, we all have different opinions on how valuable Roddy Gale is to this team this last year and how valuable he would have been going forward. My take is losing Roddy Gale wasn't a big deal. But the fact that he is now going to Michigan, that sucks. That is trash. Now, next, and this was Sunday, this broke during our Sunday show, Felix Okpara out the door. And that was kind of like a kick in the butt right there. That was unexpected. We didn't see that one coming. And that's a loss. And then throughout the week, it was like, okay, well, you lose Okpara, but it sounds like you're going to land Trey Townsend, who had a fantastic NCAA tournament for Oakland. 17 points in the upset win over Kentucky, 30 points in the loss to NC State, who eventually made the Final Four. It's like, okay, well, you are going to land Trey Townsend, and then you'll forget all about Okpara. But Unfortunately, today it was announced that Trey Townsend committed to Arizona. And to me, now you couple those three things together, and this has been a really, really trashy week.
Ryan's itching over there. Go ahead, Ryan.
All right, guys, we're sounding like crazy fans right now.
I am a crazy fan. That's what I am.
I know you are, but we can't be all excited on Sunday and say, oh, this is great, and then this offseason really hasn't been that good. Now, let's talk about the offseason. I think his coaching staff is good.
Big things have happened in those 3 days.
Okay, but you didn't get Townsend. That's the big thing.
Yeah, and you lost Okpara.
So far, the departures are way worse than the arrivals.
We can agree to disagree on the Okpara thing. That's fine. I don't think it's a big deal.
Are we disagreeing on the arrivals do not equate with the departures?
Oh,
I disagree with you on that,
Hold
Dave.
on, though. You guys
come on.
So the coaching staff that's been put together, I think, is good. That's
yes,
good.
I love the assistant hires.
We brought Michi back. We think that's really good, right?
Yes. Yeah. Bradshaw is a win for me.
You guys were trying to. Bradshaw was huge.
You were a huge Scotty Middleton guy coming into the year. You still good with that?
I don't.
I mean, you lose Scotty Middleton, you lose Roddy Gale, you lose Okpara.
See, I don't think Roddy Gale and Okpara are anything.
I mean, Zedkey. But right. So who have you brought in?
But here's my thing. You guys on Sunday.
What are you doing here? Remember when they didn't get the kid from Hilliard Bradley who went to Notre Dame because they were going to aim higher?
Yeah.
And they got the kid from San Diego State. Maybe that was going to be a package deal with Trey Townsend. Not so much. So we got the 29% three-shooter from San Diego State. Who else did they get so far?
Bradshaw, a top 5 recruit, Dave. Now
and Michi.
On Sunday,
and Michi.
though, you were trying to sell me on Micah Parrish
and
say that was a good move.
Okay. The reason why
if it was a package deal, right?
The reason why I was selling you on Parrish is because I thought that also meant that Townsend was committing, because I thought you were adding a depth piece with Parrish, not a starting number 3.
I just don't think we can be like, this past weekend, man, what a great offseason. Let's go for this Buckeye team. They're in the top 25. They're going to challenge for the Big Ten championship.
We need to go back and listen to the show. I never said it was a great offseason. I said I need to see it first.
I think Scotty might have.
I did, yeah.
I don't think
I don't think you said it was a great offseason yet. You were hoping it would be a great offseason.
You said top 3 in the Big Ten.
Yes,
and
I
did.
Because you thought they would get.
Because I thought Townsend was coming.
And probably another stud. Now we're back into Diebler learned from Holtman how to hit the transfer portal, apparently.
No. No, that's way wrong. That's way wrong.
Battle will be better than anybody they landed this cycle.
Dave, they landed a top 5 rated recruit.
He was top 5 a year ago.
Okay, but he suffered an injury before the season. You think he'd be coming to
Ohio State if he was that good?
I do. We can't say Okparo's a big loss and then say Bradshaw coming in isn't a big win. They're the same guy, basically.
The thing was, though, it was sold that we were going to have both of them. Okay, we got to take a break. We're going to talk more Ohio State basketball and what is wrong with this program. That is coming up next on The Money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
It's our absolute favorite place to go for that live VIP sportsbook experience. 12,000 square feet of sportsbook action. 2 huge walls of TVs, not to mention delicious food and drink. But your experience can be even better if you download the Penn Play app.
Yep, you can get up to $140 in rewards. It's so easy, dummies like us can do it. Got to download the free Penn Play app today and cash in your bonuses. Plus, you never know, and you'll see Man and I lurking around.
I'm lurking. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JP Morgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but new Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with new Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean. We go to war for you.
Hi, it's Robert Scherger. Uber or Lyft accident?
At Sugar Schnarr Trial Attorneys, we know the law and we'll fight for your rights. Call us at 877-WARFORYOU.com or visit warforyou.com for a free consultation. Results matter. Let us fight for your rights. That's 877-WAR-FOR-YOU or visit warforyou.com.
War for you, warforyou.com.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver. Leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career and they talked to me about it.
He was done in just months.
I did do it online.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months with zero experience at My Computer Career.
It worked for me and I know it can work for you.
It's not rocket science. It's mycomputercareer.edu. The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. We are talking Ohio State hoops and the offseason. It's a roller coaster, right? Because about a week and a half ago, I was feeling great. Dave, I was crazy enough to place a parlay on Ohio State football to win the national championship and parlay that with Ohio State basketball to win the national championship. Now, look, I knew that was a crazy bet at the time, but, I was riding high on the fact that Ohio State just landed Aaron Bradshaw, the Kentucky transfer, top 5 recruit last year. And I think you and I disagree a little bit on the level of success of this offseason so far. And look, it's not complete. Ohio State still has 2 more spots to fill, and they're going to do it in the transfer portal.
You're pretty confident they're going to do a good job filling those spots after what we've seen so far?
Yeah, there's still guys. Look, I think here's the big difference to me, Dave, in what Jake Diebler is doing versus what Chris Holtmann has done in the past. Jake Diebler is swinging big. Like, yes, they lost out on Trey Townsend. Trey Townsend's going to Arizona, finished second to Arizona, but guess what? You're going after big names. And Aaron Bradshaw, big-time name. Michi Johnson, tournament, what did he score in the first round of the tournament? Like 20, 25 points? Big name coming back to Columbus. I think he is swinging big versus what Chris Holtmann used to do, which was peter out and take a lot of stinkers. That's what used to happen with the transfer portal for Chris Holtmann. And I think Jake Diebler is casting a wider net. He's putting more lines out there in the ocean, ready to see what big fish he's going to catch. And I think he caught a big fish when he got Aaron Bradshaw. I think we are going to realize that Aaron Bradshaw is a humongous upgrade than Felix Okpara. Felix Okpara was limited. Yes, he could dunk. He was good on the alley-oops, and yes, he could block shots, but relatively limited everywhere else, in my opinion. So I think there's an upgrade there. I know it stinks. I hate the fact that they lost Scotty Middleton, but we got to think about this with Scotty Middleton. Scotty Middleton was suspended a game during the season and did not play in the NIT. I know there was crap out there about, he was visiting family during the NIT or whatever. I think that was all garbage, and he had quit on the team and said, I'm not playing in the NIT. I'm leaving, and I'm going somewhere else. He ended up going to Seton Hall. That's where he is. So, but other than that, Middleton to me is the guy who I'm going to miss, but Roddy Gale, I'm not going to miss. Bowen Hardman, good luck. Zed Key, I love Zed Key. I'm excited to watch and going to root for him like crazy at Dayton. But it's not a humongous loss. So I think Ohio State still has the opportunity with 2 more spots to fill to have a successful offseason.
I hope you're right. I'm to the point I need to see it now, And I was always kind of there, but I had more confidence that Diebler was going to get it done. And it's tough. I mean, it's not like, Townsend said oh yeah, Diebler did a terrible job and Ohio State stinks. They were a very close runner-up to Arizona, who's a heck of a basketball program. I'm sure he's getting a heck of an NIL deal. Mm-hmm. But Listen, man, I mean, I just got to be real. Like, I still believe in Diebler. That's my gut telling me that, but I just have to be real. What I'm seeing in front of me right now, I mean, the departures outweigh the arrivals. I'm not talking about quantity. I'm talking about quality. Overall, quality so far has outweighed the quantity. And I don't know, man. I mean, I hope that he's going to land 2 studs to fill these final 2 spots. We shall see. I mean, how many studs are still out there? I don't even know.
There's guys they're going after Sean Stewart from Duke, and again, another highly rated recruit. Didn't have a good year for Duke, didn't do much for Duke, but he was highly rated. So there's still guys out there, and to me, you have to make sure you round out this class with a shooter. Like, they cannot not get a 3-point shooter, because what they're losing in Jamison Battle is what I'm most concerned about. The player that Ohio State is losing that I'm most concerned about isn't Okpara or Gale or Middleton. It's the fact that Jamison Battle can't play another year here.
I'm still dumbfounded that you have a source telling you, right, that like Alico wanted to come here and they wanted to aim higher than a guy that shot 42% from 3-point range at Princeton for his career. Sounds exactly what they needed, and he would have kid from Hilliard Bradley. 42% from 3, and they wanted to aim higher.
Yeah.
Well, okay. You're not in the Air Force. You aimed higher, but you struck out.
I'm okay. I'm okay with them aiming higher.
They got the 29% kid from San Diego State, though. Ryan Baker loves.
I don't necessarily love the idea of taking a lot of fringe players, because guess what? That's what Chris Holtmann did for about 4 years, and it never really worked out until Battle this last year. Hey, while we're on the Ohio State topic, I do want to bring up kind of where Buckeyes are expected to be drafted. And so Marvin Harrison, obviously the odds-on favorite for him to go number 4 in the draft tomorrow night. Mike Hall, projected as a 2nd to 3rd round pick. Maybe the Browns grab him in that 54 range. That would be interesting. Cade Stover, a guy who, gosh, he was so much fun to watch here in Columbus. He is projected in the 3rd round, kind of that 3rd tight end off the board. Tommy Eichenberg, kind of in that 4-5 range. Josh Proctor late in the draft. And then keep an eye on Steel Chambers, potentially a special teams player in the NFL. And then, gosh, I would love to see Xavier Johnson drafted late. We'll see that. I can't wait for tomorrow night. That's going to be so much fun watching the NFL draft. But what I can't wait for next is That's Trash. That is next on The Money.
This is Hollywood Casinos On the Money. On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Common Man and T-Bone here for the Sportsbook at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
It's our absolute favorite place to go for that live VIP sportsbook experience. 12,000 square feet of sportsbook action. 2 huge walls of TVs, not to mention delicious food and drink. But your experience can be even better if you download the Penn Play app.
Yep, you can get up to $140 in rewards. It's so easy, dummies like us can do it. Got to download the free Penn Play app today and cash in your bonuses. Plus, you never know, and you'll see Man and I lurking around.
I'm lurking. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
The nightmare of the cleared drain. Those drain clearing specials from the other guys seem like a great deal until you realize the only thing really going down your drain is your money. At the Waterworks, we mean clean. Our service doesn't just clear your drains, it cleans them too. It's done right the first time, so that nightmare of a drain becomes a dream come true. The Waterworks. Better care, better value, better results. Call 614-232-2222 to get started.
Men, this is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leader in treating erectile dysfunction, low testosterone, and other men's sexual health issues right here in our town. I say that because I was raised here, and that makes my next announcement even more special, because we're opening a 2nd location here in Columbus in the Westerville area to better serve men here in our city. And I can't thank the many men enough who've already trusted us with their care in the area who've made this possible. Low testosterone has many negative effects on a man. These include poor sleep, brain fog, low energy, unproductive workouts, and a lowered sex drive. But the good news is that if you're like most guys, getting treated for your low T at Tri-State Men's Health will change your life. You'll have energy again, your sleep patterns will improve, your workouts will be better, and your sex drive will kick up too. So make an appointment today. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work and a medical consult. And if you start on testosterone the day of your appointment, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices across the tri-state area to serve you.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
When you have to stop but don't really want to, stop at BP. Because BP has everything you need to keep it going. Fuel to keep the adventures going. The BP Me app to keep the savings and the commutes going. Snacks and drinks to keep the crew going. And the BP Me Rewards Visa to keep the rewards going and going and going. A stop at BP isn't a stop at all. Keep it going.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to Hollywood Casinos On the Money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
On ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. Dave Biddle, Scotty Vegas, Ryan Baker. All right, it's time for a little That's Trash.
Don't hit it, Ryan.
Don't hit it. We don't get kicked off YouTube. Although I've been putting podcasts on YouTube for a long time. I think we might be okay. But here we go. All right, so my first That's Trash is this offseason from Jake Diebler so far. It's just trash.
Crazy.
It's trash. So far, like continuity was a big thing, right? To keep him, right? So you lose Scotty Middleton, Roddy Gale to Michigan, no less. Felix Okpara. Okay. So you bring in Bradshaw. Okay. Everybody's like, oh, he's the number one center in the country. He was until he went to UK and didn't look like that at all. So we'll see about that. And he's brought in Michi Johnson. Okay, I like Michi. I don't like, the kid from San Diego State, you need a shooter. You don't get Alico from Hilliard Bradley from Princeton, who now goes to Notre Dame. You pass him up, a 42% three shooter for a 29% three shooter. That's trash.
Take out the trash. All right, guys. The other day, I don't know if you guys were watching this. It was day baseball. The Yankees were playing someone. I think it was the Oakland A's.
It was.
And early on in the game, like 5 pitches into the game, Aaron Boone got warned. Don't say anything else to the umpire. Don't say anything else. And he was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. So I believe they were an inning, maybe 2 innings later. And Aaron Boone, they have the video of this. Aaron Boone is standing there, not saying a word. Someone in the stands behind Aaron Boone heckles, says something at umpire Hunter Wendelstedt, and Wendelstedt proceeds to throw Aaron Boone out of the game. Aaron Boone's looking around with his hands out like, what? I didn't do anything. And immediately one of Boone's coaches turns and starts pointing at fans behind Aaron Boone, and Aaron Boone comes out and he argues with Wendelstedt, and he argues with the crew chief. Ultimately, he gets thrown out of the game. Then Hunter Wendelstedt, after the game, doubles down on the ejection. I just cannot believe that he got thrown out of this game for something a fan says. Hunter Wendelstedt, that is trash.
I love it because it's trash.
That's a good call, Ryan, because I watched that too, and that was so funny. And actually what went through my mind was when I'm coaching my kids, whether it's basketball or soccer or whatever, is maybe I can get away with that. You know, have a parent say something that should be yelled at the referee and then pretend it was the parent, but it was actually me saying something.
You should try that for sure.
That was funny. Okay, so here's where I'm going with the trash. And there's a new trend in baseball betting. Guys, I am not a baseball guy, okay? I do not watch a lot of baseball. I actually listen to you guys, and I hear all these names that you guys throw back and forth, and I'm like, I don't even know who this guy is for the Reds, but okay, whatever. So I recently discovered a betting trend that I really was interested in, and it's this no home run bet and parlaying a couple of those games together where you hope that they'll have multiple games without hitting a home run, and if you do, you can get huge payouts. I actually hit on one of those on Sunday, but I will tell you guys what is trash is the fact that trying to chase this night in and night out, you can actually waste a lot of money on this bet because there are so many home runs hit in Major League Baseball. So I hit on Sunday, and so I thought, oh, this is easy. I can keep doing this. And I keep throwing money in and losing, and then more money in and losing. And you have to put a lot of money in there till you realize that's a big mistake to stay away from that bet. So, yes, it came through for me once. It fooled me once. But, guys, it is a very hard bet to hit where you're picking multiple games to not have a home run in Major League Baseball where there's so many home runs now. So, for me, chasing this bet has been trash.
When I'm dead, just throw me in the trash.
I'll tell you one more trash is so far, Derek White. He's keeping us from our parlay.
Oh,
he's got 4 points. So
I knew it.
Let's reverse psychology.
When you brought it up earlier in the show that things were looking good.
Derek White is trash.
That was a problem.
I know. But you
screwed us.
What are you going to do? Well, we have no chance now.
I know. It's over.
So now we got to make a better bet. Let's do some best bets next on the money.
More of Hollywood Casinos on the money. On the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
Coming up on ONN.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty, and I buy houses as is fast for cash. Call me today for an all-cash offer on any of your properties, and we can close within days at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Do you own a property that's outdated and needs thousands of dollars in repairs? Great, I'll buy it. Give us a call today for an all-cash offer at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000. Would it be convenient for you if you could simply take what you wanted and leave the rest behind? Great, I'll buy it. I buy vacant properties, inherited homes, divorce situations, death in the family, apartment buildings, rental portfolios. I even buy my tenant won't pay me the rent houses. Call TurboTrack Realty today for an all-cash offer and speak with one of our friendly staff members at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
We plant trees because people need trees, and when planted in the right place, they have great impact. Trees help slow climate change, filter our air and water, foster biodiversity, and strengthen our communities. They create the kind of transformational change the world needs now. April is a month filled with opportunities to care for and plant trees. For planting resources, contact an Ohio ISA certified arborist who can help you learn how to take the best care of your trees. Visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
I don't know what I want to do. I'm just not sure that college is right for me.
Have you considered a career in dental assisting? I love my job as a dental assistant. I have flexible work hours, the money is good, and I get to work in a professional, people-oriented dental office. What I really love about my job is knowing that I give people a healthy smile.
For more information about becoming a dental assistant, contact your high school guidance counselor. Or if you are no longer in school, talk to a dentist in your community or visit ODA.org. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
Does heel pain make you hobble just getting out of bed in the morning? If heel pain is affecting your ability to exercise and meet your walking or running goals, relief is as close as your local podiatrist. Podiatric physicians are highly trained doctors who specialize in medical and surgical treatment of the foot and ankle. Ohio Foot and Ankle podiatric physicians are available across the state and are devoted to providing the highest quality foot and ankle care.
For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
And now, Public Education Matters with Ohio Education Association President Scott Damaro.
This is National Youth Violence Prevention Week. Let's lift up the young people who are leading the way to make their schools and communities safer. And let's work with our fellow community members to develop and support violence prevention programs. Youth violence is everyone's concern, and we can all play a role in the solutions.
Public Education Matters, brought to you by the Ohio Education Association.
The Fan. Ohio sports destination. Now back to Hollywood Casinos on the money.
Presented by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.
From ONN.
Welcome back to On the Money. Dave Biddle, Scotty Vegas, Ryan Baker. Really appreciate you guys riding along with us this evening. Final segment of the show. And right about now, Ryan Baker, it is time for Best Bets.
Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas both think they're right. Chances are they're both wrong. On the Money presents Best Bets.
Scotty, what do you
Sponsored by
got?
Maxima Concrete. If you need a driveway, garage, patio, even an in-ground pool, Maxima Concrete are the guys to call. Schedule a free estimate today at MaximaConcrete.com.
Guys, I'm getting a little itchy.
The drink.
Because
Now
the
you need a drink.
last couple weeks, I have made some money betting on Scotty. Scotty Scheffler has come
Scotty
through
knows.
for me in multiple weeks, and unfortunately, he's not playing this week. So where am I going to find my money? I got to find it somewhere else on the PGA Tour. So it is the Zurich Classic. It's the team event this week. And guys, there's money to be made in this Zurich Classic because there's three groups that I really like. One is 11-1. I'm going to go with Kitayama and Morikawa 11-1. I think there's good value there. Will Zalatoris and Sahith Theegala plus 750. I like the value on that team as well. And then last one, the Højgaard team, Rasmus and Nikolai. They are they're 30-1 to win the Zurich Classic. So I'm staying in golf. I can't bet Scotty Scheffler this week. At some point, little Scheffler is going to come out, and I won't have to worry every time I bet on Scotty Scheffler about Mrs. Scheffler calling Scotty mid-tournament and saying, come home, come to the hospital, we're having the baby. I don't have to worry about that. He's not playing this week. But I've got one other draft bet that I'm interested in, and my draft bet happens to be how many quarterbacks will be selected in the first round of the NFL draft. The over-under is 5.5. Guys, I think that Bo Nix is going to go, and I think that Michael Penix is going to go in the first round. People reach. I think they're going to reach. I think we're going to go over 5.5 quarterbacks first round. That's my best bets for this Wednesday night.
I hope all of those quarterbacks go within the top 17 picks. The Bengals are sitting there at 18. It's going to fall in their lap. All right. Now, by the way, have you gotten kicked off of a golf betting site lately?
Not lately.
You've got it.
It's been about a year.
Okay, so you're slumping a little bit.
I know.
When Scotty's doing really well, they won't let him bet on golf anymore because he's like just cashing in. All right, my best bet. Now, when the NBA comes out and is like, oh yeah, we screwed up. Pay attention. They screwed up in the Sixers Knicks game 2. Sixers really should have won. They had a timeout. They had the lead. Would have won the game. So it's 2-0 Knicks, right? But it's going back to Philly. I think Philly's going to win this series, and you're getting plus 340. You're getting plus 340. I like Sixers to win this series. You got Embiid back. You got the NBA coming out and saying, yeah, we screwed up. So I'm telling you, the Sixers are going to get every call in game 3. So that will probably be 2-1. I'd bet heavy on that. And then, so the Sixers get home game in game 4. I like Sixers plus 340. Now, if it was even money, I might not say do it, but I just love the value there. Plus 340. Sixers to beat the Knicks in 7.
Sometimes on Sundays, we do this little convince me. And I will tell you, Dave, you convinced me right there to at least take the 76ers in game 3. Whether I take them to win the series, I don't know. They should be up probably 2-0 with 2 road wins, right? And instead, they're down 2-0. And they are actually giving 4.5. And I think you're right. There's that fact that they should have won that last game. The NBA could react a little bit to that. And that 4.5 is a good play, I think.
And, I mean, they're a good team without him, but they don't have Julius Randle. And they didn't have him for the first 2 games either. I get that. But, that's going to catch up to you when you don't have one of your top 2 players. You got Jalen Brunson, who's turned into a stud. But you don't have Julius Randle if you're the Knicks. And you're not playing MSG these next few games. You're playing in Philly. And, again, the NBA coming out and saying, yeah, we screwed up. We screwed them. They don't do that lightly, okay? So, I look for the Sixers to get every call. Yeah, game 3, go for the Sixers, lay the points. I'm laying, I'm plus 340 to win the series. Let's go. I think the Sixers are going to get this done.
Now, NFL draft tomorrow night. We can't wait. Can't wait to buckle in for 3 straight days and follow what's going to happen. Everybody's got a different thing that they love about the NFL draft, whether it's your team making a pick, whether it's the Buckeyes that you see getting drafted, a trade being made, or a big name falls in the draft, kind of like we talked about Brady Quinn and Aaron Rodgers had it happen previously. If you guys had to pick your favorite reason, though, to watch the NFL draft tomorrow night, is it to watch Marv? Is it to watch your team? Is it to watch a player fall? What is that one thing that's caught your attention for tomorrow night?
for me, it's my team, the Bengals, but like I love everything about it. It's the best reality show on TV. It's the best sporting event that does not include an actual sport being played, in my opinion. I absolutely love it. But to answer your question, Scotty, for me, it's like what the Bengals are going to do, but I'm very interested in the Ohio State angle and just all of the drama. Like, everybody's saying, like, oh, the quarterbacks are going to go 1 through 4. What if that doesn't happen? Oh, what if it's quarterbacks 1 through 5? I just absolutely love the NFL draft.
Guys, for me tomorrow, especially with all this quarterback news, it's who makes the surprising move. And when I say move, trade. Who makes the surprising trade to go up and get the player they want if Marv starts to fall? Does someone say, hey, we've got to go get Marv? Joe Alt. I've heard somebody say maybe the Patriots would take him at 3. I mean, it's the surprise move.
And for me, guys, it's this prop bet. Who is Caleb Williams going to hug first? Mom plus 125, dad plus 150, girlfriend 6-1, agent somehow 10-1. Will my bet on Caleb Williams' mom come through? That's what I'm most excited about. That and seeing where Marv goes.
So, like, what are you doing for the draft tomorrow night? You just going to be chilling at home?
Yep.
Are you going to watch every pick?
Yeah, tomorrow night I will. Friday, not so much.
Friday, not
Thursday,
so much?
Yes.
Okay. Friday, not so much. You're not going to stay up to the end of the 3rd round?
No, I will not.
All right. Well, that is our show for this evening. Thank you very much for joining us. We appreciate it very much. For Scotty Vegas and Ryan Baker, I am Dave Biddle. This has been On the Money.
Hi, I'm Kamiko, the founder of Miko's Hot Chicken. When we started our family restaurant, we were also raising a family. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. Our Chase Inc. card was there to reward us on all of our business needs. Now we have a thriving location, and we're hungry for more.
With the Chase Inc. Business Unlimited card, you can earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase, so your business can go from here to possible. Chase for business. Make more with yours. Real business owners compensated for their participation. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank and a member FDIC. Subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
I spray and scrub, but the soap scum in my bathtub is still there.
I spray and scrub, but the burnt sauce on my stovetop sticks around.
Sprays can leave grime behind, but new Mr. Clean Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser combines the scrubbing power of an eraser with the cleaning power of Dawn to melt away tough messes on contact.
Just wet, squeeze, and erase.
Stop spraying, start erasing, and clean with more magic than ever with new Ultra Foamy Magic Eraser.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
At Bet365, we don't do ordinary. We believe that every sport should be epic. Every home run, every hit, every inning, every play, from the moments that are legendary to the ones that fly under the radar.
Whether it's a walk-off granny or a base hit to center field, whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 and older, must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
It's time for the Great Haircut Sale at your local Great Clips salon. Your chance to get a great haircut at an even greater price, just $9.99. And money's not all you'll save at Great Clips. When you use online check-in, you can save time too. So download our app today and hurry in for the $9.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great for a limited time at participating salons.
The $9.99 Great Haircut Sale runs April 24th through April 27th.
I need a small order of sheet metal to repair something in the shop. It's not much, but can you help me out?
At Metal Supermarkets, no order is too small.
Wait, really?
Yep.
What about small home projects?
Yep.
For a car I'm working on?
Yep.
Any kind of metal?
Yep.
Cut to size?
Yep.
With no minimum order?
Yep.
How about 1,000 cut pieces of aluminum flat bar?
Yep. Choose from over 8,000 types, shapes, and grades of metal in any quantity you need. And yes, we're serious. Any metal, any size, ready fast. Locally owned on Wilson Road.
Save big money in your next project at Menards. Get cleaner clothes and softer skin with our selection of Morton water softeners. Water softeners can extend the life of your plumbing and household appliances. Plus, Morton's Wi-Fi integration allows for tracking and alerts, which puts you in control of your water. Hurry into Menards to pick up your water softener today and check out Menards.com to see all of our great deals going on now.